And our voices are on. There we go.
Our voices are on.
Almost forgot
Here.
that one.
I guess you can all hear us now, which
Yes.
means...
It's time.
Is it time?
Yes.
It's always
Okay,
time.
Look,
let me
Oh
put my
my
performing
goodness.
hat on.
We're in.
Welcome! We're in. We're here. Welcome to Going Critical. It's a Monday night, and you know what that means. It's time for Disaster Teenagers. You are watching Hellions of Carnocht.
It's us.
It's us. We are a live play, theater of the mind D&D stream. So that's what you are in for. We would also like to say that we like to practice safe watching, so this is a mature stream, and going forward there will be curse words and adult themes. If any of this isn't your cup of tea, or if anything happens in stream that you are not comfortable with, please do not feel pressured to continue watching. Take a break, go away, be like at peace with leaving if something makes you uncomfortable. You don't have to sit and watch through a scene that you do not enjoy, is what we are saying. Be safe. And if you would like to give us feedback on that at all, like, we have a Discord where you can watch along and talk to people and do things like play with all of the emotes that are one day going to be available on Twitch.
Look, I like
Um,
seeing my character pogging out every time, so
yeah. Emily plays Alice, which is who's the Pog character. It's cool. But yes, let's get this show on the actual road. I am your DM, Jess Taylor. I'm a comic artist and sometimes writer, and you can find me at Doodle pretty much all over the internet, or at Jess Taylor Arts on Instagram. And yeah, I will be your DM this evening, guiding you through this hellishly Hellion-erific world. And I am joined by a wonderful, wonderful cast. Who never gets the intro right.
No,
You need to
all you need to do is
yes.
tell us that it's time.
That's a cue, guys.
Hey, there
Now
you
you
go.
talk.
It's all
Okay,
take.
it's me, Emily. I'm playing Zanthe. He is a changeling warlock sorcerer. He's had some very weird conversations recently. With maybe divine. I don't know if they're religious though. Just just really godly catmen. Um yeah, and for our fun facts this week, um we're talking about our characters' happy places. Zan's happy place is the library or reading a book. 'Cause it's very peaceful.
Zanthe can read.
Zanthe can
Cute.
read.
Aw.
I almost said the same thing.
Stop
Yeah,
bullying Emily's character just because he deserves it.
I'm for it. Please do it.
Listen, I'm just getting in character.
Yeah.
So, I guess speaking of getting in character,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Ned Barnett. You can find me on the internet as at the Ned Barnett. I'm a comic book writer and occasional comic book artist. I don't know why I started saying my. I'm playing Monty, who is our half elf rogue fighter combo, and he is just a emotional grumpy boy. So Monty's happy place. I have the safe for work and not safe for work versions, depending on what everyone wants.
Both.
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 Both is good.
We already
So
gave
same-
that this is an adult stream.
Yeah,
we
Yeah.
already gave the
I mean,
warning.
the safe for work version is Zinnia's greenhouse because he likes taking care of her plants, and the not safe for work version is when he's in Lawrence's bed. Lawrence is his beau, was his beau, maybe his beau. Time is confusing.
Definitely isn't his bow right now, but
Not
was
right
his
now.
bow
No,
in the
definitely not
last-
right now. Potentially will
Yeah.
be, but who knows? Monty fucked that
That's-
up pretty well.
That's Ned hoping.
Yeah.
We're in a time loop.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoilers. There's a time loop.
It's not spoilers. It's what we do every episode. What do you mean?
That's fair. Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Oh, hello. I'm Nick. I am playing Tink, who is now grumpy. I made the decision over the weekend
Oh,
that he's not having a good time.
poor boy.
He is a high elf artificer, and I am a tattoo artist who basically just posts drawings of this campaign on my social media right now. So, for my fun fact, I think Tink's happy place, I mean, I think generally he would say like the labs and stuff, just because he kind of owns those and zones out, and they're kind of pretty much his own space. I think probably now that he has lost access to it, he would probably realize that it is also spoilers for where we are in the campaign right now, but you're here watching. But it would probably just be with Balial, with Ba would be his happy place. And as we'll find out in the summary, that's not going so hot right now.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Hi everybody, I'm Dodger and I play Yulie. Yulie is a anxiety wizard and her happy place I think is home. I think she's a homebody. I think probably when she first started going to school, it was really difficult because she always really loved being home and suddenly she wasn't at home anymore. But you know, she's been here for a couple years now, so like her little like dorm room, she knows how to make it feel more homey. But yeah, she likes to nest. She likes her little home, whatever that is at the time.
So cute. Hi, I'm Danny Pack. I'm a freelance illustrator. I'm playing Yenna, little gnome-shaped tiefling. She is decompressing, I guess is the best word for what's happening right now. Her happy place is also probably like if there's like a lab specifically for doing magic in, like a research space where
Yes,
bullshit
there
can
are.
happen. Yeah, so she's probably just like happiest when she gets to be there and try out new shit that she's designed spell wise. Like that's when she feels probably like the most free because then it's like consequences be damned, let's go. She gets to just be wild.
Consequences be damned, let's go is how I live my life. As DM, I have said that I will give fun facts for NPCs as we go through these. So the fun fact this week is about Zinnia, who is dead in this loop, as far as the kids know. Monty left Zinnia in the clutches of someone who is morally dubious at this point.
He
say
told
the
me that
least.
he told me that he'd give her back if I killed Balthazar.
He did.
Yeah, but you didn't.
Did.
I haven't killed him yet. I still have opportunities to.
Well,
It's been less than
Zinnia's
24 hours.
Didn't you just openly say that that was the situation in front of him?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, great. So
yeah.
You did.
But
but
everyone thinks
Zinnia's
he's gonna get stabbed.
Zinnia's safe place is actually on an island just outside of Carnocht. It's about a day's sailing to get there, or about like a couple hours flying, depending if you have the ability to fly or not. And it's got a very old volcano on it and some ruins of a civilization that came before, but there's a big tree in the middle of it that's a wisteria tree, and Zinnia loves it.
Aw.
Aw.
Why? Because her family's history is carved into the bark of it.
Aw.
No.
Let's
So
cry.
sweet.
Sorry that you're dead.
The things that I do to my NPCs, it's great.
No,
But
these are
yeah,
your
let's
characters.
yeah, these are
Like,
my characters. If this is what I'm willing to do to my own characters, imagine what I'm willing to do to yours.
Wow, rude.
But let's dive right in with a recap of last session. So, last time on Hellions of Carnocht. Returning to the school was a double edged sword. The Hellions found themselves faced with a campus filled with the City Watch, led by the illustrious General Cal'Riel Goldpetal. Shoes were thrown, bushes were hidden in, and Monty went for a panicked jog into the middle of town. However, on talking with Cal'Riel, finally, the group found that while they'd been facing off with dragons, murder had been afoot at the school. Belial Altgang, Tink's best friend and boyfriend in the last loop, had been found dead in the dorms. After identifying the body, Cal'Riel urged them to bunk up in a hotel in town. And after his flight of fancy, on the other side of town, Monty found himself running to the pleasure district, Cat Alley, and came face to face with a familiar man named Lawrence, his lover in the past loop. It took about 0.5 seconds for him to then proceed to put his foot in his mouth. Again across town, on the other side of town, looking for Monty, Zanthe ran into a strange, gold-masked figure from the world beyond the mirrors, who gifted him information, friendship, and the fractured remains of Belial Altgang's stone.
okay.
After said conversation, after you fled Zinnia's house and the being that you had come into contact with, Zanthe, you'd been given directions to find Monty.
Oh yeah, I was.
That he was in the white fronted. It hadn't got this specific, but I'm telling you it's this specific. That he is
Okay.
in the white fronted brothel in Cat Alley. It takes about 20 minutes to get to that part of town if you wanted to hire a carriage. On foot, it's going to take you about an hour.
No, I'm not fucking hiring a carriage.
On
No,
foot, it
yeah.
is then.
Then we're gonna walk.
In the hour that it takes you to get to Cat Alley, I would like you to roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's
Okay.
Mm.
I think the
Yeah,
rest
is
of us are
it
back in the hotel room.
Yes,
is
Oh,
it
the rest
just
of
right.
you are
me?
back in the hotel room. It is just you, Zanthe.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Oh, I remember the situation now. Right. Yeah, not there.
12.
I love how many of the rolls in our little dice roll Discord have just been for Zanthe over the last while.
Yeah.
Because he was having a very rough conversation.
There's a lot
So
going on.
that was a 12.
Hmm.
Okay. You get to Cat Alley, and obviously there is a reason that it is called Cat Alley. And like the word on the street is because there's obviously a sex worker on every corner, yowling into the night. The true reason it's called Cat Alley is there's an awful lot of stray cats,
I
some of
see.
whom have been taken in by the brothels, some of whom don't need to be taken in by the brothels. And for as many people as are filtering onto the streets, because the entertainment hours are at hand. The shows are starting, there's music playing from somewhere down the other end of the alley, and the lights are being lit throughout the streets. But there are so many cats. You see a little black cat, there's a tabby, there's a couple of kittens. Cats.
Um, yeah, I guess that I'm not in so much of a rush where I can't pet a cat at this point. I'm gonna try to crouch down and do I forget, is my candy drugs? Did we ever Did I ever roll for
Um,
this?
you rolled a perception check, and the perception check was terrible, and that's why you think that the candy is drugs.
Oh, okay. So I won't feed I won't feed the candy to the cats, and I'll just try to put my hand out.
Roll me an animal handling.
Great. A lot of wisdom rolls. Oh, that's an 18.
An 18.
Mm-hmm.
You crouch down and you scratch in front of this kitten's ears, and it does a little prr, and it winds around your legs and does a little head bump.
I put my head down towards the ground, close to the cat, to try to headbutt it. Like try to get to headbutt me, not the cat.
The cat headbutts you, and in headbutting you, you see that it's obviously one of the ones that's been adopted by one of the brothels in town because it has a little bow and a bell around its neck, and there is a little slip of paper tucked into the bow and the bell.
Okay, I'm gonna try to take it.
Okay, you
Stealing
take the
people's
paper.
mail.
The cat's not going to fight you on it, so you can take the paper. That's not a problem. The cat is too busy giving you little head bumps.
Perfect.
Do you
What
read
is?
it?
Yeah, what does it say?
It says, "The meeting starts at midnight. By the Swan."
By the what?
By the Swan.
Swan?
Yep, by the Swan. You are fairly familiar with Carnocht and all of its alleys and nooks and crannies. You know that the Swan is a gambling den down in Hidden Alley. Hidden
Okay.
Road, sorry.
What time is it now?
It's just cresting about 7 p.m.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna start going to the brothel that I remember the golden cat mask man was telling me
Yes,
about.
he told you to go to the white-fronted building.
Yes.
Are you keeping the paper or are you tucking it back into the bow?
Oh no. Oh wait. I was gonna say, like, I definitely don't want to keep it because I know that people could fucking track me with spells, but I don't know if Zanthe knows that. Um, can I roll? Like in
Yeah,
order
if you want to roll for it, go right ahead. Do you want to set the roll to beat at 10?
uh that's up to you.
Yeah, let's make it a proper 50-50. If it's below 10, you keep it. If it's above 10, you don't.
Oh, just to keep it. Okay, cool. It's just a regular D20 then.
Yep.
Okay, above 10 I keep it?
Yep.
Alright, well, I have a piece of paper that they can track me down with now.
Good to know. The white-fronted building in Cat Alley isn't hard to find. It's one of the biggest on the actual, like, Pleasure District row. The Red Lantern District, if you will. And the frontage of the building is filled with filigree. It's gold and white. And there's a very elaborate painting on the highest side of the building that is a depiction of people dancing. Rather like, if you've ever seen them, the posters that Mucka used to do for, like, in the early days.
Yeah.
And the place is bustling. There's a line outside that goes all the way down the street of people paying to enter.
Oh,
There's also a bouncer on the door.
okay. I'm gonna try to find. Can I see, like, a little inside the brothel? Do I see any of the workers from out here?
Roll me a perception.
It's almost a natural 20. That's a 2.
I love how you can go from it was almost a natural 20 to it was a 2.
They're right
Um,
next to each other.
With a 2, you definitely don't see much.
Okay.
You see the bouncer outside, and through the sliver of doorway, you can see what appears to be a lot of people settling in at personal tables. And there's a
Okay.
stage in the distance.
Unrelated, have we had a long rest since I've been casting spells? Because I don't remember. No, I don't think we have. Okay. Okay, cool.
No, you haven't. The last
I'm
time you
gonna
casting spells was at Abraxas, and that was just this morning.
I'm gonna try to go behind like an alleyway or something and try to change my form into what I'm assuming a dancer or a working girl would look like here.
Okay.
Okay. Do I roll for it or is it just good?
I will make you roll for it,
Okay.
mainly because this is a form that you are trying to take that isn't one of your it's not somebody that you've seen.
Okay. I don't really know anyone that could pass that I've seen that I've met before that could pass as a working girl because I've been out of school. So I think I just have to try for this.
Yep, you're just gonna have to roll for it. I also will need you to roll stealth because it is such a busy area, even if you duck down an alleyway.
Okay. Stealth and what?
Stealth and performance.
So 13 on stealth. Performance. Let me check because I think I have actor's feet, so that might give me advantage. So performance checks, I have advantage in trying to pass myself as a different person. Can I use that?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I don't think I'll need it, but okay. Yeah, performance was 23.
Performance was 23.
Yeah.
You have in front of you several examples of what that might look like. There are people on the street or walking down the street who are quite clearly workers who belong to Cat Alley. And then there are also the paintings on the side of buildings, and you take inspiration from that, and you manage to weave together a very good facsimile of somebody who would be working at one of these establishments.
Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go in through the door at this point.
Do you just want to go straight up to the bouncer?
I'll just like give him a little wave and just like silent wave and try to walk through.
So you give the bouncer a silent wave, and I pull out my dice,
Okay.
and I roll perception for the bouncer because of that stealth check. And he fails it spectacularly.
But I wanted.
Oh
He
yeah.
waves you in with just a little twist of his hand,
Okay.
and you are immediately swallowed by the white-fronted building.
Is that swallowed in a figurative sense or?
A figurative sense. There are so many people around, it feels like being swallowed.
Okay, I have to check with this campaign.
That's a weird. That is a weird sentence. No, scratch that description. You find engulfed. No, that's still weird. It's a building. There's lots of people in it. You're now in it. There we go.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
And
look.
all you can see is luxury. The frontage of this building is incredibly lustrous.
I'm
It's velvet
gonna.
chairs and drapes and stage. Yep.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna look for Monty as I'm walking through. Try to spot
Okay,
him.
make me an investigation because you're looking for somebody in particular.
Okay, I'm slightly better at that, I think. Just barely. That's a 4.
A 4.
Yeah.
With a 4, you think you spot at least 3 people who you think are Monty. until like your hand is about to touch them and they turn and you see that actually they are just some other redhead.
Of
And actually they
course.
look nothing like Monty at all.
Okay. Can I have... Let me see. Monty has the scar on his face, right? Right now?
Yes, he does.
He does, yes, he has a scar from Abraxas. It's not even really a scar yet.
It's like a gaping wound.
It's not
Is
quite a
there-
gaping wound, you had healing.
No, we didn't heal that one.
I'm gonna go up to someone who's just looks like they're working here. And
Okay.
just kind of have you seen a young man, red hair, curly hair, and a scar on his face? I can use my girl voice now. This is so nice.
Okay, roll me a d6. I want to see who you've picked.
Okay, cool.
Because who you pick depends on what's going to happen next.
Hope it's Lawrence. 2.
The woman that you've walked up to turns to you immediately and is just like, I'm sorry, I've seen several people by that description. Would you like to give it to me again?
He's red hair, curly.
Red hair,
Yes,
curly.
maybe about 18. He's got a scar under his eye.
My goodness, he's barely legal enough to be in here.
Yes, I'm trying to get him out.
Leave it with me, Ducky, and I'll go and see if I can find out. You should be getting up there. And she gives you a little shove towards
Oh,
where there is a
no.
gaggle of performers waiting by the side of the stage.
Amazing.
No. I'm on break right now. He's my cousin. I'm
None
like
of us are on break once those doors are open, and she's off.
Did she push me on the stage?
She pushed you towards several performers who are getting ready to go on. One you can see is dressed very similarly to you. The dress that you took
Let's go,
inspiration off
Zanthe.
from the side of the building seems to be a dress that all of the girls are wearing.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god. I can't go into the dressing room because if I just come out a teenage boy, that's gonna be awful.
You're gonna have to dance, Zanthe.
One of the shorter girls looks up after she's finished like tying the ribbon on her shoe and she's like, "Oh, are you part of the chorus too?"
No. I was just looking for someone.
I don't remember seeing you at rehearsals.
No, I was it's my first day. They don't really
Oh,
want me dancing
don't be
yet.
shy. Come on, you'll be absolutely fine. And her arm links through yours and she drags you towards the stage.
Oh.
Oh my god. Oh god.
Amazing.
I guess I'm
If you
Dance.
if you would like to try and pull away, you can do an opposed strength check.
Yeah, I guess. Just regular
All right,
strength.
give me that roll. Yep, just straight
My
up
strength is 8 for reference. Okay, so I got a 7.
She got a 17, and because she's a dancer, it's +2.
Okay, nice.
So that's a 19. You're going on that stage, boy. She's very nice about it, but she very firmly guides you towards the stage just as the music started up. And you can see that there is a singer in the front who is starting up just a wonderful, soulful ballad. And all of the girls around you who are dressed in this like black dress with a red underskirt are filing onto stage.
He's gonna
And you are dragged onto stage.
He's gonna try to hide in the back as much as possible.
They are one line, my friend.
You're can dancing, my dude.
Oh no.
I would like you to give me a performance check.
You know, it's
You do
pretty
have
high.
inspiration.
Let's go.
I have
Let's
go.
Let's
inspiration.
go.
Yes,
You
you're
have
just good in
inspiration.
inspiration.
Okay.
That is a D8 to add to your rolls, and it is a good time to mention anybody new in the chat. You can rack up Twitch points and spend them here on automatic D20 rolls or inspiration to give to the cast if you think they deserve it.
Okay. Well, I got 11, but I feel like I should use this inspiration roll because it seems very clearly for this situation. So in total, that is 15.
A 15.
Yeah.
The music starts, but it's definitely not easy. Firstly, you have no idea how these women are kicking so high. I would like you to make an athletics check for me, please.
I like that you know that I have high performance and dex. I feel like this is like a QTE event in a video game.
It is. It is. You have 3 skill checks that you need to pass for this performance.
Well, I didn't pass this one. That was a 5.
By like the 3rd round of this kicking, you are wheezing. This is exhausting. You have no idea how you're supposed to go for the full song. I need you to make a acrobatics check for me as
Okay.
all the girls around you take a step and start to spin.
Okay. I have really
Actually,
good
I'll throw in another one. Do a constitution as well.
Okay, I have really good modifiers for these, but I feel like the dice know right now. Acrobatics is 7. Constitution save?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm a warlock plus. 21.
You stumble into that spin, and then around you there's just more spinning, and you are handed off to somebody else who is spinning. And now there are 2 groups of people who are spinning, and now they're back in a line and they are spinning. And every spin, you don't so much spin as you just totter around a little. And that's
Mhm.
probably what helps save you from wanting to throw up, but goddamn, the queasiness is there.
Oh god.
I would like one last performance check from you.
Okay. Hold on. Can I is this towards the end of the performance?
It is, yes.
Can I
This
use
is for the last bit.
Can I use prestidigitation to make a little bit of sparks as we finish?
You can. What's that performance check?
Okay, hold on. Oh shit. Okay, it's a 24.
A 24? Great. You may have like absolutely stodged up the spinning, but this final kick with like arms in the air and one final kick as they all go whoo, and you are there with them. And there are sparks, and you got this. And it's a triumphant finish as the music swells and the audience just starts clapping. It is rousing. You have absolutely killed that performance, apart from the spinning.
Yeah.
And just as fast as you were rushed on stage, you are rushed off it.
Perfect. All right.
Monty, you have seen every second of this. You don't know that it's Zanthe, but you've seen the performance.
Did I can I
I'm-
do a check to see if I saw Monty while I was on the stage?
You can give me a perception check, not an investigation check.
Okay. Oh, it was almost a 20 again. It's an 8.
An 8?
Yeah.
As though you could have seen anything while trying to keep up with those steps.
Mhm.
You saw that there were people and they were watching, and that was about it.
Okay. Oh, I'm trying to see if. Hold on. Awakened minds. Do I have to see the person? This would. I don't know. It's not. It's not a good trait. Hold on. Awakened mind. any creature you can see, so I don't think that counts for Monty, right? Because I haven't spotted him yet.
Exactly. You haven't spotted him yet.
Can I try to grab one of the dancers as we're leaving the stage?
You can.
If you, hey, can you help me find someone?
I can try.
I'm looking for a 18-year-old redheaded boy, scar on his face. He's probably wearing black.
Well, that certainly sounds ruggedly handsome for the evening you've set your sights high.
Yeah.
You see, she bounces up onto her toes, and her shoes like click a little because they're like little tap shoes. And she cranes her neck to look around everybody who's gathered inside. And she's like, "No, I'm sorry, I don't see them out there. It's way too full tonight."
Please try to find me. I've been looking for him.
Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled. Hopefully he'll be by. Did he know you were performing?
No.
Well,
No.
I'll tell the other girls that he's taken if I see him. And she pats your cheek and heads off for the changing rooms.
Oh god. Okay,
She
yeah.
definitely thinks you've got a boyfriend.
Yeah. I'm not sure why else I would be looking for a young man right now. I'm guess I'm just gonna keep looking for Monty. I don't really think I can do.
Where are you going next to look for Monty?
So I already looked at the main part where Monty is, right? Like I've already looked in the main
You're in the main performing area and you've looked around, yes. But there are other areas of the I keep wanting to call it a brothel, but it's really a performing house.
okay.
Gentleman's club.
I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant, and leave it in here until it if it sees Monty, um,
Mhm,
try to keep him here. Try to just
mhm,
hold on to him if you have to.
mhm.
Maybe just tell him Zant's here and he's disguised as a beautiful woman. Good.
It it gives you a little thumbs up
Okay. I give it a thumbs up back, even
and
though
just
it's
kind of it
invisible.
shuffles off and you see like rich people parting like the sea being like, "What?" Huh?" As this unseen servant's just shuffling through all of them.
Wait, is it invisible? Yeah, it is invisible. Okay.
He's still bumping into them. They can feel it.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna go into another room and look for Monty and ask for if anyone's seen him around there.
In having looked around the room, you do see that like there's a bar room off to the side, there's a quieter, more intimate lounge area. There are several balconies stationed above, and there seems to be like a top floor that rings the entire performance area. Which one would you like to
Okay.
go to?
Ned, would I ever seen Monty drink before? Is that something I remember watching him do? Because I don't think he has.
I don't think Xanth's seen him drink.
Okay. Yeah,
Like, Monty definitely drinks, but I don't think Xanth's seen him.
there's a balcony, there was a bar, and then there was what else?
There's a bar, there's a quieter lounge area, there's several balconies, and there's another floor.
I'm gonna go up to the second floor.
Okay, the second floor is where the balconies are, the third floor is like the other floor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
Where
go
the
up to
rooms are.
the second floor.
Okay, you go up to the second floor and you're immediately met by several of the workers who are in more like stewards' outfits for the night. Um, and one of them sees you going up the stairs and is like, "Aren't you supposed to be down with the rest of the performers?
Oh, no, I was just grabbing my friend's things from her room.
This isn't the way to the rooms.
Oh,
I need you to roll me a deception."
Oh.
Okay, that was a 3, but I got 11.
He just kind of frowns at you and he's like, this really isn't the way to the rooms. You you know this is where all of like the rich fucking people are, right?
Okay, I'm gonna start like twirling something like his hair or like his tie or some shit. And I'm just like, well, why wouldn't I want to be around these rich fuckers right now?
Roll me persuasion.
Do it.
God, Zanthe.
Yeah.
18.
An 18.
Yeah. I
Fuck
feel like
yeah.
Rose.
You immediately start like twirling his little tie around, and he is red in the face, he is flustered, and he's just kind of stammering as he backs up a little.
I do a
I mean,
little
I don't.
as he like moves out of the way, I'm gonna do like a little curtsy and walk by him.
He just kind of nods and goes, "Yep, yep, yeah, yep." And he lets you straight on by.
Oh my god, Emily is bright red right now. I'm so glad we don't have cams. Yeah. I'm gonna just keep the Monty search going.
I would like you to roll me an investigation.
It's a natural 20, +1.
Great. The second floor is very much a series of balconies that are laid out and curtained off. And they're ostensibly private balconies for the richer clientele of the building. You do see, towards one of the further balconies, there appears to be a slight commotion. And the commotion is one of the stewards, dressed very much like the man that you just cast seduction on, I guess, is arguing with quite a slender young man outside of one of these rooms. But the curtain is open just enough that you can see a redhead behind that curtain.
Okay, I'm gonna. How far away is he?
He's the other end of the hall, so about 50 feet.
Okay, if I can, I'm gonna get within 30 feet of him. If I can get in that range and cast Awakened Mind. I don't know. I don't think that's a cast, but use Awakened Mind. Monty, turn around. I'm the girl.
Monty looks around, just like shaking his head, like, what?
I
And
try
it's
to
just
wave.
like and just like oh oh and so Monty just like gets up and walks over to he gets up and sort of walks over to where Lady Zanthe is, looking very confused.
Hi.
Monty, for
Yep.
the audience's sake, I will tell you that Lawrence had secreted you away in one of the balconies, and you had the Madam's express permission to watch the show as long as you liked. The room is kitted out with drink and a few snacks, and the reason that they were arguing is because the gentleman, who is dressed quite finely, is arguing with the steward because he wanted that balcony.
Just get over here.
Okay. I'm gonna like scurry over.
And
Zanthe,
so just
you now have front row seat to the entire majesty of this establishment. And you can see the swank digs that Monty's been given.
Is that from your family?
what
Why
the,
did this is weird.
it, you know what's weird is that I was just watching you dance.
Okay,
And also, you don't look like yourself. That is a weird thing.
Like, you knew
I
that
know
I could
that's
do
what you
that.
can.
That's not a weird thing.
I know you can do that. Just.
Look,
No one's gonna see. Just turn back to yourself. No one's gonna see you here.
No, are you telling me that if you got the chance, you wouldn't pretend to be a woman at different times of your life?
Why would I do that? I never want to
What?
be a woman.
Neither do I. Like,
I mean, there's
sort of
nothing
look
wrong
around.
if you do. Like,
That's not the
and the
point.
fact that you can change shape is really cool. Like, you could test that out if you like. It's just weird to have
No, that's
the
not what I was
beautiful woman
saying.
standing in front of me and hearing your voice in my head, and now I'm fighting with you, and I don't know. Just
Okay,
whichever form you're most comfortable with.
I don't.
And Monty just sits back down and puts his feet up.
Are you gonna stay here? Tink and Yulie and Yenna got a room in like the nicest place in the town. So I feel like we're not gonna be able to do that often. If you want to go
You know
there.
what we're not going to be able to do often?
What?
Have amazing seats and food and drink at probably the most expensive gentleman's club in town.
Okay,
Sit
I
your
didn't
butt
even
down.
know you were into this sort of thing. Like, this is
I'm not. I just ended up here.
okay.
The people, I want you guys to roll me stealth because you've been having this conversation. There are the balconies and there's a show going on.
Did I make it roll at disadvantage because it's
I know that
Yeah,
I
go
get
ahead.
advantage.
10.
So I got a nat 1.
Wonderful. The balcony right next to yours, the woman who's with like quite a posh gentleman leans over and just goes, "Shh, we raised in a barn," and then settles back in and puts up a little case of binoculars.
No, I was raised in a fucking alleyway. Mind your own fucking business.
Fuck up, Sam.
She looks
And
at you.
I just put my hand over
absolutely
Xanth's mouth.
aghast.
And just like, we're so sorry for interrupting. We'll be quiet.
I should bloody well hope so. And she continues watching the show.
Sit down. We can discuss.
Ruckus.
We should just go back to the hotel, okay? There's a lot of stuff that's happened. No, you want to go back to the hotel. Something really serious just happened, and I think Tink needs us right now. So I think you should just go with us.
It's at this point that the lights go down low again and the next act rolls on. Monty, this is what you've been waiting for all night. It's Lawrence's act.
Xanth casts dancing lights to see what's sorry.
Monty just looks over and says, after this performance, we can go. Okay.
Okay. Are you kind of looks back and forth between the stage and Monty.
What?
The stage where the show that's going on currently is quite obviously one of the more contemporary performances that the establishment puts on, including several rope dancers and ribbon dancers from the ceiling, one of which is Lawrence.
Monty's just like leaning, like sitting at the front of the balcony, just like his head, his chin in his hand, just leaning and watching intently.
Monty, it's an enthralling show. It is just an absolute daring whirlwind of spins and flips and gymnastic feats that would make most people's heads spin, all in the air.
It's incredible. I'm just sort of whispering to myself, God.
Zanthe, Monty's enamored.
Yeah. I think even Zanthe can tell that. He's just watching the show, I guess, at this point.
Across town, in a hotel far more swanky than half of the party has ever stepped into. Tink, Yulie, Yenna, what are you doing?
I think since the moment people like kind of stopped talking to him and like Zanthe left, Tink has just been like hard at work trying to get these sending stones working. And just seems to be like really frustrated. I don't know if it's going well or not, but he's just like been like working on this, muttering to himself. If people are asking him questions, they're getting one word answers, like that kind of thing.
Yulie, Yenna?
Yenna is probably like watching him settle into work, being like, well, that's unhealthy. She is probably going to like figure out how to get like room service, and it's just like, we need tea, we need everything off the dessert menu, and probably like a proper sandwich for Tink.
It's been about an hour, so while you've been trying to figure out room service, you've actually had several deliveries, and I will say that there's an entire trolley just dedicated to cakes and very delicate sorbets and sliced fruit, and that's been delivered for you. They've also, room service has pointed out that there is a fully stocked bar if you are interested.
Yenna says, thank you, tips them like an extra gold or whatever that they normally would.
They very, very gracious, madam, and they also wheel in like this big ice sculpture of a swan that is filled with
Yulie is
like the
overwhelmed.
creamiest ice creams.
Yes. Bless you, TM.
Please tell me that the swan is bigger than both Yenna and Yulie.
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Oh yeah,
this. How
it's
big is
it's
this swan in comparison
massive.
to me?
In comparison to you, like I'm gonna do it like in size of dogs, okay? Because
Okay.
we know how big the corgi is compared to you guys.
Okay.
Well, this swan
Right.
is about the size of an Alsatian.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's huge.
Oh, I love this so much.
Once the people who like work in this building are not there anymore, Yulie would look at Yenna and be like, "Well, why do we need that? What is that for? Why did they bring that here?"
Well, I need cake. And then she just
Right.
gestures
but there's a-
wildly at Tink.
but it's gonna melt though, right?
That's
That'll
what the
melt
ice
though.
sculpture is for.
I know, but the ice sculpture will melt. Won't it?
Eventually, yeah. But for now, ice cream party.
Okay, ice cream party. Yeah, ice cream party.
And Yenna's just going to like make like an obnoxious like Sunday parfait thing and just like try to make it look as delicious as possible to like then scoot towards Tink and be like, eat it.
He just shakes his head and pushes it away. Keeps doing what he's doing.
Pushes it again back.
I love Yenna.
You're getting shit in the way. Just like let me finish this.
Will you eat it after?
It'll.
I will eat
We
this
could.
one. That's fine. But will you eat after whatever you're tinkering with?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
She like kind of like squints at him, is just like assessing like how truthful is that? Can I do an insight check?
Go right ahead. Tink, do me a deception check.
I love that it's known that it's a deception. Insight. That is a 16.
18, baby.
Bitch!
As far as you're concerned, he seems to be handling it surprisingly well. Like, he's not great, but he's not falling apart.
Yenna will kind of like toddle off to another spot, put it down, and just be like, "Will you help me with this? Because it's actually bigger than me."
Yeah. I'll like try to help as much as I can.
Yeah, it's just like never eat anything bigger than your head. It's like her motto, and she's definitely made something bigger than her head.
You're right.
Definitely bigger than both their heads. Let's be fair. Let's be
I'm-
fair.
I'm just dying at the girls having a little Sunday off the side.
It's like
Sorry.
sharing a sundae that's just too big, just far too large.
Tink, what are you trying to accomplish?
He is actively trying to accomplish the sending stones that he and Balthazar were working the other
Okay,
day.
do me an intelligence check. We'll see how far that you get on them because they were already partially completed.
Oh, bless! It's a dirty 20.
With that dirty 20, in the time that you guys have been in the room while Zanthe's been out looking for Monty, you can complete those stones.
Okay, cool.
They are finally finished.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else you would like to tinker on?
I think he does that, and I'd say he probably puts them each in like a little cage or something, like something that people could like clip to themselves. Something secure. He's got
Mhm.
metal and wires and stuff. And I'll also say they look surprisingly nice. Like he does make like quite pretty little things. And I think he kind of like tosses them over to Yenna and Yulie. Tosses 2 over, leaves 3, I guess, on the table, and takes one himself. And like gives Yenna the bird, the bird sculpture, and just goes,
I thought you meant
yeah,
we
the
should-
bird throws her the bird. No.
That's
I was
fine.
like,
No,
that's like
the-
that's
That's
really
fine.
unfair.
Damn,
The
that's
crow
a
sculpture.
aggro.
We have a literal bird. We have a literal bird.
The raven sculpture.
The raven sculpture, yes. And just goes, I forgot to get some things from my room. I'm just gonna run out before the stores close. The raven Zanthe might call, I guess. And you guys can sending stones. They're sending stones. So if anything comes up, just let me know. I'll be back.
Well, you shouldn't go by yourself though. She'll
Yeah,
wince.
that sounds real dumb.
It's shopping.
Well, look. Because we don't know where Monty is, and now we don't know where Zanthe is, and then we technically, I mean, even we'll be able to talk to you, but we won't know where you are either, and it makes me very nervous.
He sighs very heavily. I mean, my brother's gonna show up at some point. It's close. Okay, it's here. And he'll write down the name of where he's going.
Okay. Oh, it's like a mom leaving a note. Here's the number. Here's the name of the place.
Yeah. Where and what's it called again? Yes. DM.
Lilligans.
Lilligans.
Lilligan's apothecary.
Yeah. It's just some supplies. Is it in the same neighborhood? What neighborhood would this be in?
That's a very good question. It's on the east side, so it is a fair bit of a hike.
Okay.
Actually, if you would like to change the background to the map, that's
I
a better representation of where you all are at the moment.
That's very true.
Because I definitely have not painted the hotel room because I like my hands,
I just
but I'll
thought
get there.
I thought Balthazar's office was a nice stand-in for a room, a fancy room. Yeah, we don't have the whole map here, but we have some of it.
A very tiny bit.
Yeah.
They're usually in East Side, which is usually much closer to the Lyceum, the school,
Okay.
than where you are right now. You can, of course, take a carriage.
Yeah.
The hotel has carriages that you can hire.
And I think he'll say that, you know, I'm going and back near the school. I'll take a carriage there and back. Stores close. I can't wait for Monty and Zanthe to get back, and my brother's gonna show up, and someone should be here. Let him know people are, and you guys can call me, and Zanthe can call you. I don't see the problem here.
Yulie will look at Yenna.
I mean, we
If
can
this-
also just leave a note with the front desk. That's how it works.
If this makes your decision any easier, the ice cream swan also has tiny bowls. You could take some to go.
Why is that the thing that's gonna make this easier?
I mean, Yenna is also like kind of a piece of shit and would be like, the ice could get melt. I don't care. Like, she's very concerned. Like, you're doing an okay job, but like also weird shit's happening. Everything's scary. I hate that like the other two ran off. Like, it doesn't feel safe.
Okay,
Okay, let's just executive decision this. If you're on a time crunch and you need to go and we don't feel comfortable letting you go by yourself, let's just go. And she'll just stand up and put her bag on and walk over.
Tink definitely like makes a face. He's like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's go. Let's all go. Yeah, if that's what gets it done. And then yeah, he'll finish essentially writing a note that's like, this is where I am. This is a sending stone. Call me when you get here. Like haven't gone off and gotten myself murdered. Like
Do you leave that note in the room or do you leave it with the front desk?
he'll leave it with the front desk. He'll know how this stuff goes. And I think as they go to the front desk, he will also say like, I'm expecting my brother. Don't let anyone in or around the room that is not my brother or in the presence of him.
Understood, Master Goldpetal. We shall see that it is done.
Thank you.
The carriage that you ordered comes very quickly. And because of the hotel that you have booked in at, it's a very grand affair with filigree and white horses. And it makes very quick the trip across town. It's like the most elite Uber that you've ever gone in, or like the most elite lift. There's water, there's goblets, there's little mints, there's little snacks for you to have during your journey. And there is even somehow magically like music playing.
Tink seems kind of like put off by it all. Now that he's like paying attention to it, he's like hates it. Just hates it.
In the carriage, it takes about half an hour to get across town to East Side. And the carriage driver seems a little off-put by the side of town that you're going towards. He does stop at one point and ask you, "Are you certain this is the side of town you wish to go to, Master Goldpetal?"
Tink just rolls his eyes. He's like, yes, and we'll get a different carriage on the way back if you're going to be like this about it.
And he immediately shuts up and carries on the journey. The east side portion of town is a collection of eclectic stores. It's not quite the hubbub of the main high streets that are in the central part of town. by the castle. It's more small family-owned businesses like eclectic bookshops and magic shops, and the apothecary stands at what is the end of this self-contained little microcosm of a city. And it's a fairly jaunty exterior. It's painted green. There are flowers painted on the outside and like very crudely drawn magical sparks on the windows. And the interior is lit with very low lights. All of the windows on the outside are made of stained glass. And a little bell rings as you enter. You hear a voice from the back of the store call, "Just a second, I'll be with you in a minute." And from around the corner, a harried drow stumbles, pushing her glasses up her nose as she puts a bunch of books on the counter. "How can I help you?" "Oh, Tink!"
I can't remember their names. Give me names.
You've been to the store several times, and you recognize this person as Cadra Lilligan. The store is owned by Cadra and her husband, whose name I have also forgotten and I'm trying to look up right now.
I know we decided these things.
Eames. Her husband's
Eames,
name is
yes.
Eames, yes.
Yeah, so
But right now you are dealing with Cadra.
yeah. Tink tries to just like put on a good face and Cadra, it's well, I'm just picking up a few things.
A while, it's been so long. We used to see you almost every week.
Yeah, I started making some of my own ingredients at the school, so hadn't really had a reason to come down into the city. And he's just kind
Oh
of
yeah?
like looking at things as he goes.
You trying to put me out of business? And she gives you like a little mock scowl over the top of her glasses.
He kind of like, I think, smiles a little bit in spite of himself, and no, personal use only. You know.
I do know. It's strange to see you, well, with new friends. What happened to that lovely young man you used to come by with?
He just stops for a minute. He's still on a break here. And his voice kind of wavers. And I would say that like Yulie and Yenna can probably tell that they're asking about Ba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, introduce me to your new friends. And she comes around from behind the counter, dusting off her skirts. This woman is dressed like a goth dream. It's just very flouncy dresses, lots of black lace, lots of like diamante pearls. But all of it is
Ugh.
black.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yulie, Yenna, Cadra.
It's absolutely lovely to meet you both. And she takes you both by the hands and gives like a little air kiss on each of your cheeks.
Tink kind of tries to
Yulie
like
will.
slide away and like start picking up the things he needs.
Except Cadra definitely like reaches out and gives his ear a little yank and pulls him in for a hug.
We'll give her a hug.
Adorable.
It's been so long since we've seen you. Honestly, I thought something had happened. She holds you kind of at arm's length. After all, you are prone to explosions. And she's checking to make sure that all of you is there.
It's just he like I think probably like lifts his hand and he's like just the usual. I'm all here. That was so I don't explode things much anymore. Probably. He kind of trails off.
And it's like, yeah, it's been like a whole month since he did something really dumb.
An entire month, huh? That is a pretty long while for you. You'll be ringing down the school next thing you know.
Okay. Listen, that's right. It's lovely, but I'm afraid we are in a bit.
Understandable. You know I don't mind keeping the store open a little longer for you.
Thank you. But we have people waiting for us to get back.
Okay. And she shuffles back towards the counter and is like, take your time. Don't think that I'm looking over your shoulder or anything. Absolutely just you do you, and if you need anything at all, just yell. And I'm right here for anything at all. You hear like a small murmur comes from the back room, as a voice that you recognize as Eames being like, "Who is it?" And she just yells back like, "Oh, it's Tink!" And there's like a small scrabbling from the back room, and suddenly this absolute bear of a high elf comes from the back room, and he's got like flowers braided in his beard and everything,
Cute.
and he's got like a little carafe of tea with flowers in it and some biscuits, and he just pops it down on the counter and is like, "Are we going to get more stories from the school then?"
No stories. Nothing. Nothing fun has really been happening. He's still just really trying not to make eye contact, like just kind of going through vials and like holding things up. I mean, like, not that. Like, definitely selecting like a very specific set of ingredients.
Yulie, Yenna, this store is a magical grotto of ingredients.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Yulie probably would be trying to give them a little bit of privacy to be able to talk and is like just looking around at what they've got.
Yeah, Yenna is actually going to specifically pick up a couple of things if possible. She's already picking up pearls that she thinks are good enough.
You see that there are actually several tiers of ingredients, and like at the moment that you start looking at the higher quality pearls, Kadra kind of leans over and is like, "Don't worry about the price, it'll be at a discount for you."
She's going to be like, oh, thank you. And she just gets like a little bit of like a caddish grin. She's just like, interesting.
Oh no, Yenna.
Her family are merchants.
Oh,
She loves a deal.
And Eames like pushes the little plate of biscuits towards you, Yulie, and goes, "And sweets are free."
Oh, thank you. She'll take one and kind of like mousily eat it.
I hope you like them. I make them myself.
How good are they?
They are astounding. They're like very delicate and buttery with the lightest hint of lavender and sugar.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, she'll take a very small, like kind of shy bite, and then her eyes will get really big, and she'll take a really big bite. This is so good.
Take as many as you like. And he's just like loading Yulie up with biscuits.
Are you sure? She's like putting them in her bag.
It's just us two. You may as well like take as many as you think you'll eat.
Yeah, you've got to try one of these.
Tink, the ingredients that you're looking for, this store is an old staple for you. They definitely have them.
Mhm. Do I find everything I need?
Roll me a perception just to see if you spot them all.
Not the best, but not the worst. 17.
Yep, you spot them all, no problem. They have everything that you need to make what you want to make.
Cool.
I say speaking in code, because I know what Tink wants to make.
Yeah. Yeah, and he'll probably pick up, like, I guess, like a traveling kind of alchemy set kind of thing. Because he can make his own tools, but, like, it's just easier to not have to magic tools every time you need to make something. Like,
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of alchemy sets. Like I said, the store likes to carry a lot of choice. Um, there's a very simple set that's made with brass tools,
Mhm.
or there's a far more expensive set that's made with gilded tools, and one that's just made with simple pewter.
I mean, if he knows that they will all function roughly the same, he's just gonna get the cheapest one.
Simple pewter it is then.
Yeah. If he feels like there would be like a step up in function, absolutely, but like otherwise, if it's just form, no. Whatever works.
It is 100% just form. The simple pewter ones don't even come in like a carrying box, they come in like a little leather wrap.
Perfect.
So Kadra goes ahead and she's like totting up all of your order. And she's like, is there anything else that you'd like?
No, I think that's everything.
That's 3 gold for the lot then. No haggling?
God no. Why would he haggle with these guys? Never.
All right. She gladly takes the gold and pops it in her very fancy register.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you two would like? She says to Yulie and Yenna.
Reasonably, how many 100 gold pearls can Yenna get? With whatever you think her money supply is also.
With Yenna's money supply, you could reasonably get 6 without stretching your budget for the month too much.
Okay, she's gonna pick up 5 then, and then also the owl feathers.
Okay, great. And the owl feathers, do you want the highest tier of owl feathers?
Yeah, probably. She is that bitch.
All right then.
Yenna is also like very daintily like nibbling on one of the cookies, and she's like, "These are exquisite."
They are absolutely exquisite. We get them from someone who, their owls are bred on site. They're just outside of town. They're one heck of a falcon now.
Oh, love that. But yeah, so that is probably the only thing she's like super interested in. She has probably like also cased the entire place though to be like, what are the prices like in general?
Okay, so you can mark those off on your budget. As for the budget that you have monthly, you have 1,000 gold a month as your budget sent from home.
Excellent, thank you.
It's no
Deal.
problem at all.
Oh my god.
this
I
little
have to
rich
send
bitch.
money back.
I love it.
She's like the polar opposite of like how Tink deals with his family. She's like,
I
yes,
know.
I deserve my allowance, thank you.
I work hard.
I work so hard.
And she packages up all of your orders very well, and she even puts the rest of the little biscuits into a little bag for you guys to take with you too,
Oh,
and just hands it over.
I love them so much.
Yeah. I think as he's like about to turn and leave, like as she comes around to like give him his things, Tink's probably gonna give Kadra and Eames hugs that are like a little too long. just like a little.
The moment Tink goes in for a hug with Eames, he ends up picked up off the ground because Eames
Oh.
towers over Tink by about a foot. And he just like picks him up and gives him a proper squeeze and pops him back down. And he goes, "Don't be a stranger for so long next time."
Yeah, I won't. Sorry.
Now off with you all. I'm sure you kids have something to be doing.
Yulie will look at Eames and say, thank you so much for these. And
Anytime at all.
Sorry, what was the other one's
Oh.
name?
Cadra.
Cadra. Just look at Cadra and turn bright red and go, "Thank you. Bye. And have a great day." And she'll like leave.
You too. See you kids later. And the door shuts behind you guys with that same little bell. And the carriage is still waiting outside. Would you like to head anywhere else?
Tink, true to his word, goes like to get back into the carriage.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd be down to just leave.
Yeah, they were mostly just, I feel like, there to make sure he didn't wander off somewhere weird or get snatched. Like, there's just, we're an entourage now.
That's, you know what, this is fair given the things that have happened to us recently. Yeah, this is all fair. Fair game.
Yeah, no, it was going to be yelling if he didn't agree easily.
Exactly.
So you make your way back to the hotel. And Monty, Zanthe, this is about the time that you guys would also be heading back. And you find that as you step into the reception of the hotel, there is a bit of a commotion going on in the foyer. As hotel security seems to be actively holding back somebody who's yelling, "Look, I know they're here. I'm just here to visit. I'll be 5 seconds."
Do we recognize
And
the
you
voice?
Yeah, who yeah.
You see Balthazar being held
Yep,
up
I
by
knew it.
security.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna take a break.
Good.
Amazing.
No, good. I'm glad.
Of course.
Those of you watching along at home, you should get up, take a break, go hydrate, do some stretches. See you back here soon. We'll be back in about 10-15 minutes.
All right.
So long as we don't get caught up talking about beans again.
No,
Oh
no
my
beans this
God.
time. No beans.
Don't
No
get us
beans.
started.
I
See
did
you in a
finally
bit.
watch that video though.
Goodbye. And now our voices.
I'm gonna fucking sneeze.
Oh,
and it's
well,
gonna
we're
be
back
on
now.
live.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
You gotta sneeze. He's
Um,
cool.
I've got to do the intro holding my nose because I'm gonna sneeze. Hi, welcome back. I love that the captions are just like amicus bees.
Amicus bees.
That's our next NPC, Amicus Bees.
Amicus bees. No, it is. I just wrote it down.
Oh no.
Hi, welcome
Yes.
back. You are joining us on part 2 of Hellions of Carnocht. Yeah, in part 1, we had a wonderful, rousing Zanthe great adventure in which there was identity hijinks, dancing shenanigans, and finding Monty and realizing that maybe not everybody wants to be a woman sometimes.
What do you mean?
And over with Tink, Yulie, and Yenna, we went on a small shopping trip and had a lot of feelings. When we left off, as both parties were joining back up at the hotel, only to find that Balthazar Disaster Klein had struck again, being restrained by the hotel security. And you can actually see, like, there is a gaggle of security around Balthazar. He has obviously tried to do something, probably go up the stairs, regardless of being told not to. And there is a very upright older man standing away from, like, safely away from securities. He just looks down his nose at Balthazar and goes, "We really do not allow the sort of riffraff that you are bringing in to just flounce about our hotel."
Uh,
Who are you calling riffraff?
Tink's gonna walk over and like tap security on the shoulder.
And one of them turns towards you and is like, "This isn't a matter that includes you."
And actually, it very much is. This man is here for us, for me. I am Cal'Riel Goldpetal, and I may have gave you some unclear instructions.
You see Balthazar shoots you a very grateful look and he goes, "See, this is precisely what I was trying to tell you all. I'm just here to talk to them." And security doesn't release him, but they stop actively trying to pull him out the door. And the older gentleman, who is quite clearly someone high to do with the hotel, turns towards you and goes, "Ah, I had heard that we'd had a gold petal check into one of our upper suites. You say that
Yes.
this one is with you?"
Yes.
"Indeed. Perhaps it should be impressed upon you all that this hotel operates under a very strict dress code."
Perhaps it should be impressed upon you that you should be grateful
don't
that
give a
I
fuck.
am just here, knowing that, thankful even, that the security here operates as intended. But I'm not here to be told how to dress. We will be taking this man upstairs. I will be returning to my rooms, and you're going to leave us alone.
"As you so wish, Master Goldpetal." And you see him take a step back behind the counter again. And security releases Balthazar, who does like that little shrug of the shoulders motion to try and put his shirt straight and goes, "Yeah, damn right, you let me go." So he kind of just dusts himself off. And he looks at the group and is like, "You all left the school in rather a hurry."
Let's go upstairs.
Yeah, yeah, yay.
In
Alright.
heading upstairs, you find that Balthazar did not come alone. Cal'Riel Goldpetal is sitting eating a small bowl of ice cream and drinking a cup of tea when you enter the suite.
Tink's gonna come in, see his brother, and just be like, "And you didn't think that, like, maybe this guy was gonna get, like, stopped downstairs or something? Like, that didn't occur to you?"
Cal'Riel just kind of looks at you and goes, "Oh, I see that you brought the degenerate in."
Oh, so I see you two are getting along great. That's nice.
Cal'Riel kind of stands, polishing off the last of his ice cream. It's like, "I didn't know when you would be back, brother.
Just
And I certainly didn't know that this one was with you," he says, making a motion towards Balthazar, who flips him off behind all of your backs.
Can I roll perception?
yeah, you can. In fact, I will say, if you want to have seen it, you can see it.
I saw it.
did you two
Balthazar has gone up a little bit in my view.
I
We
would
have a common enemy.
I would have thought that you brought him up here.
And precisely why would I do that? I don't know that gentleman from anyone. Tink, I came back here for you. To make sure that you were all right.
Yeah. No, I'm fine. We just had to run out and grab a couple things. I left a note.
Indeed, I was given it by the reception. You sure you're well?
Fine, I'm fine. And he'll pick up the other sending stones that are on the table and basically hand one out each to like Zanthe, Monty, and Balthazar as well.
Balthazar looks a little startled. He was not expecting one for him. But he says a small thank you and tucks it around his neck.
Yeah. Just find somewhere to put that. We need to be able to contact each other. That was stupid. That was stupid. And he'll turn back around to Cal and just, I'm fine. Be fine.
Indeed, indeed. Well, you had asked that I bring to you the young gentleman's things.
Yeah. Yes.
The room is still being processed, but you see Balthazar pauses at this point and is like, the young gentleman?
Tink will kind of flash a glance at Balthazar and just walk over to take whatever package or bag or whatever Cal has.
It's a small box, and in it you see a neatly folded set of clothes that are bloodstained, and several trinkets that you can only assume Balial had on him when he was killed.
He kind of nods, and he's just gonna take it and be like, I'll look through it tonight. Alone. He kind of like looks at the others like,
Of course, whatever you need. Speaking of which, have you all, I presume, eaten sweets, but have you eaten anything that is actually a meal? And Cal stands up and is looking over the room service again. I will be staying with you for the short duration of the future, so...
What? Sorry, you're staying?
For a short while, I thought that I would. It would be rather remiss to leave my brother in grief.
You forgot to tell me what was
What?
wrong with Tink. You didn't tell me what was wrong with Tink.
Shut up.
Tink's gonna kind of like read the room and be like, I'm gonna set up in one of the rooms. Cal, thank you. And we can talk.
Indeed, I'll make myself as unobtrusive as possible. And you see he claims one of the many rooms that was attached to this hotel suite.
Mm-hmm. And I'd say
One
like,
of the nicer ones.
Tink just like had their things in there. 'Cause... Oops.
That is also essentially what Cal'Riel's done on the other side of the room. And you see him open the door a second later and put Zant's stuff outside, and then close the door again.
So it's just all of us minus Tink then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and plus a Balthazar, who is also kind of snickering at that a little.
Monty's gonna go over to the food and look for something that has vegetables in it and no meat.
Is he vegan? Because he can have the ice cream.
Like he wants a carrot.
Real food. She's just like, this is gonna make me feel better. So there theoretically is a sandwich, maybe? I don't know what's in it.
Theoretical sandwich.
Yeah. Hypothetical.
Monty picks up the sandwich, opens it up.
Do
and
we
sees
really
it's
have
just like
Schrodinger's
Ham off.
Yeah. Yenna's just like, just peel it off. It's fine.
No,
You realize
I don't
there
want to
there
touch
is,
it.
and
Okay.
Balthazar just kind of waves a menu in front of your face.
So I guess, I found a note. Zip pulls out the note that you got from the cat.
I'm sorry, you found a note, but
Well-
no one's going to address precisely what's going on here. And
Okay,
he just
yeah.
Balthazar just points at Tink's room and Cal'Riel's room, like
Yeah, what's going
Right.
on?
Okay, so a murder did happen. And the person who died is Belial.
Oh fuck.
So that's
shit.
that's what's happening there.
I
Uh
think
What?
Abraxas? You think it was Abraxas?
it probably I'm like 98% sure it was Abraxas at this point.
Are you 100% sure he was with us this morning?
Yeah, but I
uh so I sorry, I haven't really had a chance to talk to you guys about this. I found a note as well, or rather, I was handed a note when I was hiding in that bush by one of the guards, but I don't think that it was a guard. I think it was somebody else who was pretending to be a guard.
Yeah, he kind of
okay.
looked like a Abraxas, but like baby.
Like yeah, like young, like
Was he
Yeah.
blonde?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
You mean
but
Ilya?
Who's
Yes.
Ilya?
Yeah.
who is that?
Belial's boyfriend last time around before
He
Tink
tried to
confessed his love.
kill Belial last time.
He's
And I tried
Abraxas'
to kill
nephew.
him and did not manage that.
To put this fully in
Oh,
perspective, he is Abraxas' nephew. There is an entire possibility Abraxas was involved.
Oh,
He was most likely that's involved in this.
okay. Well, the note originally was very like I see you, and then it turned into the words on the note started to change. They would say things like, one down, or the really threatening, weird stuff. So I didn't bring it with me. I buried it because I didn't know if it was being used to scry us
Yulie,
or.
as you say this, you see Balthazar had already extended a hand as if to say, like, show it to me, and then immediately puts
Yeah.
it back down again and just looks a little awkward.
I'm sorry, but it was a reasonable concern, right? I didn't want to bring it with me just in case.
no, I think you did the right thing.
No,
Like, that was
yeah,
smart.
But you
you
have
are
a
right that
you
people with enough power could have scried on you with a certain item.
but there's another note now, and she'll look at Xanth.
Oh yeah, I don't think this is as important, but I was
Oh,
I saw this cat and then it started headbutting me and then I found a note.
Was it Mittens?
No, it wasn't mittens. It was just a cat. There's a note. I'll just hold it out for everyone. Um,
Monty snatches it out of Xanth's hand.
okay.
Does this one change text?
No, I don't think so. I think this is just maybe some criminals doing a drop or something. Um, but, the more information we have about this timeline, I feel the better. It kind of rocks back and it feels like back and forth.
You want to go and check out this meeting that you're not even truly invited to, that you stole off a cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's your rodeo.
You are such a judgy person. You really
Listen, things can't get much worse in this timeline than they already are.
I
I
feel
didn't
So-
like
say anything. I said
Hey,
it's your turn to make the choices. I've tried.
I just feel like the more information we have this time around, the better. So this is more of a get as much information this time so we can fix the next loop.
all in favor of going to the strange cat meeting?
Monty raises his hand.
Out of character, remind me, what does the note say? It's just a drop point.
Yeah,
It-
it's like
no.
meet at Swan at midnight.
The
Right.
meeting starts at
Right.
midnight by the Swan.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
That
Oh,
is what
oh,
it says.
The Swan
okay.
was a statue from what I remember, or what?
No,
It's
the
a gambling
swan is
den.
a gambling den.
Gambling Den, that's right. Okay.
And then there was the giant swan that contained ice cream.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't
Coming.
I don't think that's relevant.
they could be here.
That was out of character. That was me
Oh.
just.
They're coming any minute now.
It's not midnight yet.
Hey.
We're fine.
Yeah.
Sure, right. So that's plenty of time for us to come up with a couple ideas of how to approach going there instead of just showing up, right?
Right.
Okay, so does anyone know any illusory magic? Can anybody disguise themselves or
I mean, Zanthe can disguise himself pretty well.
Yeah, you could say that.
And I'm most of the
hair
time
behind
good
ear?
at.
Yeah, well.
No, you did a good job.
Yeah, it's fine.
I wouldn't have known it was you if you didn't tell me.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Xanth, did you ever de-transform?
Yeah, I would say I
Okay, alright, just making sure.
I don't think I went back as a problem worker. No, I kind of looks at Balthazar. Balthazar. Oh yeah, he has true sight. Never mind. I'm trying to remember if he knew or not. He was the first
He
person to
knows.
find out.
Yeah, he knows.
Okay, so look, maybe I should just go and you guys go close by, and then we could just.
I'm not letting you go by yourself. I'm going with you.
You literally went off by yourself today.
And that's a good point, but I don't want you going into something that could end up being an ambush without me. You're very good at disguising yourself, but you're not very good at protecting yourself.
Right. That's not true, first of all. I just genuinely think I feel like the less people we have in a stealth situation, the better.
I'm stealthy most of the time.
Call me crazy, and this is Balthazar again, who is now poking around the swan, which you can see has started to melt a little.
Mhm.
It might be wise to keep as many of us together as possible.
Okay, but what if you guys waited outside?
Everyone else can wait outside. I'm going in with you.
Okay.
I mean, I think the biggest problem is that if if something happens and we're far enough away, it couldn't it could still be too far away, even if we're just outside.
Okay. Well, um, why don't we just go a little early, like maybe an hour or so early, and then we can just blend in and maybe just a couple of us can hide. If you guys can disguise yourselves, you can do that, but I think we should be careful this time, especially I don't know if Tink's gonna want to really do much tonight. So
If you had
Maybe.
to
I
take
don't want to
people who
leave
would
Tink
do
behind, but we can have Cal'Riel watch him.
it's up to him. Can you disguise yourself? And he looks back and forth between Yulie and Yenna.
no.
Hold on, let me check my sheet.
I know I don't have a spell that does it.
Okay.
No.
Cool.
No, I don't know how to do that. I know how to
Okay.
hide, but not really blend in.
Okay. Well, I guess we can have everyone else will hide in the shadows. Okay. This is gonna go great. Um,
I can
He's now.
perhaps help.
okay,
That's
Oh,
well,
Balthazar from behind you.
do
how can we help?
He
you
he is now eating ice cream too, just straight from the swan with a spoon.
Nice.
Nice.
do you have a spell that could track down where this came from or who has it? Like what they did with Yulie?
As in scry.
Yes.
Let the DM just double check and see if he can scry. I don't know.
You
if
don't
he
have
can.
his character sheet memorized?
How dare you?
He knows a lot of spells, guys, and I am a
How dare
bad
you not have
spellcaster.
the level 20 character sheet memorized?
He cannot scry. There we go.
Cool.
Can't do that. Can identify,
Okay, well,
but that's about it. I meant I can help with disguises.
okay. He's gonna kind of just like stare at him like it do it then.
Monty's walking around the room looking for a pair of scissors.
No.
Doing that to anyone other than me. I need to get my hair out of my face.
I don't think that I needed a disguise. I don't know that even if I was disguised, if I could really like sell it. You know, the second that I needed to
We're
talk
not
to
we're
someone.
we're not gonna talk to anyone, are we? We're just gonna go and watch, right? So no interfering unless something really interesting happens.
Good job, Sam.
Narrator stares at the camera.
Yeah. I know I'm not in the room, but god damn it, I had to say
I'm
something.
the narrator. I'm staring at the camera.
Amazing. All right. Well, show us what she got. He looks at Balthazar.
He reaches into one
Can you
of
make
his
me tall?
many pockets. I can make you theoretically tall.
Will I feel?
It,
Will I think I'm tall? Will my brain think I'm tall?
I've never actually altered my own height. And he passes it out. He passes out what look to be tiny, glowing, gold and green devices that are very similar to the handle of his walking stick. And he passes out as many. How many of you need disguises?
I think everyone but me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yenna raises her hand.
And
So,
not Tink, correct?
I don't know if Tink's coming or not.
so he gives one to Monty, he gives one to Yulie, and he gives one to Yenna.
Mm.
Just think very hard about what you want to look like, and it should create an illusionary facsimile. If somebody attempts to touch you, you will still be you, and they will be able to sense that. But for all intents and purposes, you will look like somebody else.
All right. Character randomizer.
uh, hold on.
Great. I would like to be uh a drow, a very tall drow.
Cute.
How tall a drow would you like to be? 7 foot? That's like the max of what you can be as a drow.
Yes, 7 foot, please.
Nice, good. 7 foot drow.
Great.
Yulie. Just
And
dreaming.
what does your 7 foot drow look like?
I want to say that it basically just look because I don't think that she would be creative enough. I think it would basically just look like her, but as a drow and tall.
Okay, so there's this drow with glasses
Yep.
and dressed in knitwear.
Yep. And
overalls.
their hair up in a bun.
Amazing.
Do
Oh,
I feel taller? Does my brain think I'm taller?
Your brain thinks you're taller.
She's ecstatic.
You
I'm
are
so
suddenly
tall.
very high up.
Oh, yeah. At first it's I'm so tall, and then it turns into I'm very tall. Oh no.
Are you afraid of heights?
No, but I think I might bang my head on things.
Zant's gonna like try to touch the top of her head. Does his hand pass through?
His hand does pass through.
Yeah.
Oh, that was weird. Oh, I didn't like that.
oh, oh. Lydia. Yenna is actually just going to look like a gnome. And
Oh,
like
cute.
the hair color is like lighter. You see that her eyes are like a kind of greenish color, like light green. Closer to like her normal jacket. And she just is imagining what she should look like if she wasn't tiefling.
Oh.
And
Right in
then
the
hair's
heart.
hair's a little bit different. It's like a big top bun instead.
Cute.
But yeah, she doesn't change her size. Just colors mostly different.
Also, before we go off and do all of this, I'm going to say that this short rest has counted as a short rest.
Nice.
Just letting you all
Nice.
know that.
Bless.
Cool. Still don't have second level spells, but
And then Monty does have a pair of scissors in hand, and he's actually cutting his hair very badly because he's trying to do it himself. And his like when he decides how badly he's done his hair, he is his looks like his disguise form is essentially in keeping with theme, essentially just himself, but if he were a tiefling.
Yes,
nice
good.
name. It's Ash.
Yeah, it's my other character.
So, with your disguises well in hand, would you like Balthazar to go with you?
Yenna would.
I'm not gonna protest it, but I'm also not gonna ask him.
That's a very Zanthe answer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Monty is just with this, like, just going along with Zanthe on this one. Just doesn't
Yeah.
care.
Okay.
I mean, he's also sort of thinks like, if shit gets real, like having someone who could actually do something to help us is not a bad idea.
Yeah, I think Yulie would probably openly be like, and you're coming, right?
Right. And he pulls out one of the devices for himself. And he changes into a perfectly average looking human.
What does that
Wow,
mean?
you look
What does that
exactly
mean
the
to
same. You just
Balthazar?
don't have slightly
Balthazar?
pointy
No.
ears.
Balthazar has a really fucking skewed of what a slightly average normal looking human is.
I was gonna say, this
They
is
are-
in no way a normal human. They're beautiful.
Yeah, this is they are incredibly striking. So he's decided to give himself like shoulder length red hair and very like illustriously embroidered coats, and he's ready to go.
Why do you look like my sister in like 10 years?
I'm going to forget that you said that, and we're going to leave. Shall I check with Tink?
I was gonna, but you can come with me if you want to talk to him.
No, go right ahead.
Yeah, he's gonna wait till everyone leaves and then go into Tink's room.
I think like Tink will stop him at the door and
Hey.
kind of like crack the door open and be like,
We're going to go into town because we saw this weird note. Do you want to come with us?
I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. I'll bring the bird with me.
We have sendings.
Okay.
Are you guys gonna?
Yeah, I think unless, I don't know, unless I set fires something again, I think it should be fine. But if you want to come, you can. Like Balthazar gave everyone disguises, and like Yulie's like 7 feet tall. It's really weird.
And I mean, this is entirely a like thing Tink would want to do, and he's just like, no, it's fine.
um, I saw maybe the cat from the end of the world at Xenia's house. I haven't told Monty yet, but I just feel like I shouldn't be the only person to know that. Just so you know it too. Um, it was weird.
I know you're dealing with a lot, but here's some more. Bye.
Tink yanks Zanthe into the room and shuts the door behind him. Is he what?
The cat that was like the guy with the cat mask. He was like, "Oh, it's like the end of the world." He was at Cynthia's house. And yeah, he answered a lot of my questions.
Like what? What questions? What did you talk about? You don't just talk about fucking. I don't even. Is that guy God? Like I don't know.
I think he was, maybe, probably, if not something like it. I tried to read his mind, and I think I saw the entire universe all at once.
Why would you try? Oh my
I didn't
God,
know.
Sam! Thank God you're okay. I guess. What? What did you ask him?
I don't know. It's just a bunch of different stuff about my patron, but he didn't really answer any of that, and about the loops. I don't know. He's very like cryptic and poetic when he talks. He doesn't really have calls by normal names. He calls you the architect, which is weird. I don't really know what that means. But it was kind of hard to understand what he was actually saying most of the time.
Tink's like scribbling things down. His notepad has appeared. Like he's just like scrawling things across a page. And what? You didn't just chat about the fucking weather?
No. Well, let me get my notes. I don't know. He just kept talking about wanting to be my friend. Which was a little bit weird. He said this weird thing of like he wants to make sure that I'm safe and old things sleep behind other people's eyes, and while they're sleeping I'm safe. Don't really know what that means. He's talking about the doppelgangers a little bit, and I think he talked to me about my patron, or not. I don't know. I can't say patron. I don't know what that is yet. He'll talk to me about this, and he holds up the necklace after they're gone again.
That's something.
He also mentioned Balial a couple of times.
What did he say?
He said that Abraxas always takes him. Every loop.
But takes him how? He didn't die before.
This is what I mean. Like every time I ask him, he doesn't really give you clear answers. He gives you like poetic answers, and so I don't really know what he's trying to tell me. He called him the Flying Darkness, so I don't really know what that's supposed to mean, but
Wait, who?
Praxis.
Okay. He like makes more note.
I'm gonna give you something, but if I do, you have to promise me that you'll sleep tonight and you won't spend all night trying to figure something out with it.
Tink just nods.
He's gonna take the stone out of his pocket.
He is going to snatch it from your hands so fast.
It's broken.
It's broken. It's what happens.
I mean, it's not always dead when it breaks. Kay's is broken, and I think Monty's was, right?
Yeah. Thank you. Zanthe, thank you. You should catch up with the other.
Okay. Just stay here tonight and go to sleep tonight. You're gonna do that,
I'm not
right?
going anywhere.
Okay. All right. I'll see you. I'll see you later. He he leaves. I think he's gonna turn himself maybe into Horus. I don't really know who else he can look like.
Oh my god.
Back into being the
Yeah,
back
if
into
you
being the sexy lady.
I
Zanthe,
don't
you
want
could
to
be
be
anyone your little
recognized.
heart desires.
Does he have any forms from its patron that he could take?
You can roll a d6 and find out.
All right.
Remember, your patron gives you just random people.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I want. I got a 3.
With a 3, you turn into a young woman
Mm.
who is dressed in a very like upright suit, but it's also incredibly pink
Okay.
with frills around like the neck and the sleeves,
Okay.
and she has her dark hair scraped back into ringlets.
Very cute. Do I roll wild magic for this? I can't remember.
You don't roll wild magic for your forms.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna catch up with everyone else.
Okay. So, as a gang, you are all heading out to try and track down this elusive meeting happening at the Swan.
Yep.
Yep.
Although first, Monty's gonna look at Xanth and go, "Yeah, that suits you."
It's because it's a suit. He like strains the collar to it.
I mean, yes, but I mean, like, just the form works.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
You looked better as Monty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are so awkward. Um,
Listen, we're teenage boys. We're awkward.
it's very true. As a group, would you like to walk to the Swan or take a carriage?
I would like to walk, but I feel like I'm the
Yeah, I was
only
gonna
one.
say. I think walking. I think well, in character, I think Yulie would love to walk around as a tall person. Um, but also like behind the scenes in my mind, it probably would be less obvious than all of us showing up in a carriage or something, right?
I think it depends on how big
With
the
with
walk.
Yenna, Yulie, with your experience with what the carriage is like from this place, they are ostentatious. It would definitely
Yeah.
cause a scene.
We should walk. And I'm not just saying that because it's very fun being tall, but because the it's a lot. The she'll
Yeah,
point
we
at
also
one.
look very different from each other right now, I feel like.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not using a code name.
What I wasn't gonna okay.
Well, no, I'm just being. Never mind.
Alright, lonely lovers.
What?
Nothing.
What did you call me?
Nothing.
Zanthe using his forbidden knowledge for badness.
Man, why?
Samantha, what did you call me?
I think we should probably just go to the den. Yeah,
Yeah? Are we all heading
Are
on?
you making? Yeah. Samantha making fun of me.
a little bit.
And Monty just sighs and crosses his arms.
It's a grumbling sort of chatter that continues as you pick yourselves up and walk towards a hidden road, which is a part of town that not a lot of people visit, simply because it's a fairly sketchy area. And I say sketchy solely in that it is an open secret that there are several gangs that operate out of this area, most of whom have fingers in drug trafficking, money laundering, theft, that sort of thing. It is considered that if you are found in Hidden Road at any point during the day, you are probably there for nefarious reasons. It's an area paved with gambling dens and bars and entertainment houses before you hit the socially acceptable entertainment houses of Cat Alley.
Good thing we don't look like ourselves.
Oh.
Fuck.
And as you get there, it's around about 11 o'clock at night at this point, so you're about an hour before the meeting is fully about to take place. And the streets are filled with people of all class and all economic status, if you like. The rich and the poor rubbing shoulders with a view to getting incredibly drunk and incredibly broke in equal measure. And the Swan is the house that the majority of them are going to. It's a large building made out of black brick with a crudely painted swan on the front in a mimicry of the more socially acceptable fun houses down in Cat Alley. The eyes are a little wonky and the beak is a little snubbed, but it looks like a swan. The person who painted it did a passable job. It looks like a swan. And you can hear rousing music and the sound of hundreds of people in laughter and conversations and yelling matches. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna case the joint and just sort of look to determine entrances, exits, and also in case I recognize anyone.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation, that's 11.
An 11. You
Yeah.
note the entrance, and you note that there is an exit towards the back, but you think it just goes towards the kitchen. It is a building of about 4 stories,
Oh my god.
with each story kind of overlooking the other. And it is rammed. There are so many people here. There are card tables, there are there's snail racing, there's lizard racing
Good.
in the corner, there's beta fish fights going on in the back, there's you've got a game of skulls going on in one of the corners, you've got a soothsayer is set up on one of the tables and seems to have several methods of divination laid out before them, and there are games going on, there's drunkenness going on, and there are people hanging over the railings of each level of the establishment. It is a good night. People are
Can I go
happy,
to
people
this?
are merry, and people are drunk.
Can I go to the soothsayer?
You can indeed go to the soothsayer.
I would like to go to the
Really,
soothsayer.
really quick, can I ask? Sorry, just one more time. Like, what exactly the note says?
It
The note
says
says,
the meeting starts at midnight by the Swan.
there you go.
Okay.
So not in the Swan, just by the Swan.
By the
Right.
Swan.
Yep, that's what it says.
Oh, maybe we should have a couple people inside and a couple people outside.
Mm-hmm.
I don't hear this because I've gone to the soothsayer.
I was gonna say,
Just wandered off.
I think Yulie would stay outside
Okay.
and try to like listen to conversations as people go in.
Mhm.
While trying to be stealthy, even though she's super tall now.
Speaking of which, roll me a constitution check.
Me?
All of us?
Yeah, no, just Yulie.
Oh God. Okay.
As someone who went through a very abrupt growth spurt, being suddenly tall really screws with your perception.
Oh my God. Oh, I get to re-roll it. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. A 14.
A 14, you're doing okay. You stumble
Okay.
every once in a while, and like when you trip, you feel like you're just gonna fall over like a tree, but you can catch yourself.
Oh,
So you're
God.
good.
Okay.
If you'd have rolled any lower, it would have been severe vertigo.
No! Okay. Yeah, I think Yulie finds a spot where she feels like she can kind of blend in and just stays there.
Yenna, what are you doing?
Uh, oh man. He's going to look at Yulie and just be like, I don't know if that's like gonna be reasonable. Like, she's just like trying to decide if she wants to stay with Yulie or go and do her own thing. And just watching Yulie like wonkily maneuver the size is just like, oh dear.
Look, I mean, like, this is kind of. I'm good at this. I can do this. You don't have to worry. And we've got these. And I'll like pull out the rock. Like, so I mean, there's obviously a lot of stuff going on in there. So if you think that, you know, there's something that you would, I don't know, have a keener eye for.
Fine. I mostly just don't want. I mean, if you think you're gonna be good, I trust you to do that, make that choice. So yeah. Okay.
Actually, how do these work? She'll realize
Uh,
that she's
oh,
not entirely sure how the stones work.
Roll me an Arcana check.
A 13.
A 13?
Yeah.
You know you're supposed to talk at them.
She'll put it up to her mouth and go, Yenna.
Okay. Hello? And then, like, she'll do it back, and then I assume they work.
This is like talking in the cups with the string, but you're right
Yeah,
next to each
yeah,
other. Being like,
kind
is it
of.
working?
It's like,
This is kind of exactly what it is. You cannot tell if they're working because you're standing too close together.
okay.
So it just like looks up between us, like, aren't you both wizards?
Oh,
Like, I
oh,
don't.
oh, whoa,
I
whoa, whoa.
mean, yeah, but I don't make weird shit. That's not my job.
Yeah, no, you can also roll an arcana
Sure.
check if you want.
These idiots. I love them. Wow, that's so bad. It's an 8 total because it's 2.
Oh my god.
As far as you know, yeah, you just talk at them and they should work.
Right.
Oh boy.
Should
I can't
just
roll
be a
it,
thing.
can I?
Should be good.
Yulie's gonna put one up to her mouth and go, Tink, is this working?
Across town, in the hotel suite, working away at whatever Tink is working away at.
Yes.
Is that in character? Are you saying yes to the rock?
I don't know. It doesn't work.
It works. You hear Yulie's voice just echo through your head.
For DM, for our use of these items in game,
Yes, yes.
how closely are we sticking to sending stone bullshit? How much
Sending
leeway are
stone
you giving
bullshit
us
is
with these? Is what I'm asking.
I'm giving you a lot of leeway with
Okay.
these. I'm
Okay.
essentially gonna let you use them like Rocky Talkies.
Rocky talkies. Okay.
So
No words
Cool.
with it.
That I'm just
Yeah.
that's really gonna affect how efficiently I answer. Is that was my as the person who made these devices.
Are you gonna have to count on your fingers or not?
Am I gonna have to
exactly.
count on my fingers? Like, how many castings do we get within a day? No, we're good. We're
No,
good.
no, you're good. You're good. They are just Rocky Talkies.
Yeah. So Tink hears Yulie, and she's like, "Yeah, I."
They work. Okay, it's working. Great. Sorry. We couldn't fit I hope you're doing okay. I know you're not doing okay. But we're fine. I mean, we haven't done anything yet. Anyways, we'll talk to you later. She'll like put the rock down and go, "It worked."
This is the
Well,
best thing I've ever done.
DM question for the sending stones. Do they work like a
Yes.
group call, or are they like individual recipient and
Because they're on a network, they work as a group call, which means
Oh
everybody can hear what's going on.
okay.
Oh my god.
Good
They
to
were
know.
This
made
game
as
is
a
such
set,
a
and they
gift.
were carved out of the same stone, so they will work for each of you.
Okay.
I love that we are just on a frequency of walkie-talkie. That is all this is. Like, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Dude, Zanthe and Monty
Yeah.
are gonna talk shit about Balthazar and he's gonna hear it.
Yep.
Yeah, Tink's not telling you that they're all connected yet. He's gonna wait for you to figure that one out on your own.
Well, Zanthe and Monty will have just heard this
Yes.
exchange.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's good to know. Okay.
Monty just like rolls his eyes. Like no one can see it, obviously, but
All right. Knowing that they work, Yenna will feel a lot better, and she's just sort of like, okay, just if anything happens, if you're in trouble, just say something, because like, obviously that's the most important thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then she is going to actually look at Balthazar and be like, I'm going in. And kind of like daring him to stop her. And if he doesn't, she's going in.
He doesn't stop her at all. He just kind of makes a little exaggerated bow as if to be like, "Go right ahead."
All right. Yeah. So she'll go in and looking around, just be like, "Oh, this could be fun." And you said there was like snail races.
There is snail racing going on, yes.
Yeah, she will go head over there and just kind of like observe for now, and just kind of be like, "I'm engrossed in this. I'm totally not looking at other shit that might be happening in here."
The winning snail is currently called One Leg Too Far,
Amazing.
and he's won the last 4 races.
Oh,
Just letting you know that. It's important information.
you gotta
Um,
understand, I love Derby. I live in Kentucky. It's a thing, so I'm here for it.
Zanthe, what are you doing?
I think he probably went in with Yenna and then left her when she started checking out the gambling. She's probably gonna
Okay.
find a seat, like, to say, like, a bar, like, sort of situation where, like
Yes, there is a bar in the center of the room that is just like a circular bar.
uh-huh. Yeah, he'll go
Where
sit at it.
yeah. So you go and sit there.
Mhm.
And Balthazar will stay outside to make sure that Yulie has backup and you haven't just abandoned Yulie outside.
Aw.
And across town,
Hmm.
in the hotel room, working away. Tink, what are you doing?
How long has it been?
At this point, it's been about, I want to say 40 minutes.
Okay. Then I think at this point he is sitting trying to decide, so what trinkets were on Belial?
The box that you've been given
Mm-hmm.
contains a couple of things. As I said, there's a folded up set of clothes that are bloodstained. They obviously haven't been washed, they've just been left and folded up and given to you. Um, there is a small necklace that you know is one Belial occasionally wears. That was a gift from his sister, his younger sister. There is a woefully small amount of change.
Okay.
A total amount of 1 silver and 23 copper. There is a small notebook that seems to have been used for lists of components. And there is a larger book, which is a planner, that is it's familiar to you, actually. You've seen it before. That Belial would take out and scribble in at most meals. So it's one that he kept on him at all times. And there is a small gold cat skull. No bigger than a thumbnail.
Well, he's definitely been looking at that.
There is nothing else in the box. That's all that you have access to for the time being.
Yeah. And then the stone itself.
And the stone itself that you were given by Zanthe.
So question.
Yes.
If I do not have any more spell slots, am I able to do anything as a ritual, or do I need to wait until spell slots are available?
I believe. Let me just double check.
Someone who never plays spellcasters, I very much do not know.
Yeah, it's not something that I've come across before. I believe with ritual spell casting, you can cast a spell that isn't necessarily on your spell list by casting it as a ritual.
Um,
It's no casting time, right? It's like
If it's
you
on
can cast it without.
yeah, if it's on your
Yeah.
list, you can cast it
Mhm.
instantaneously.
right. It would be 10
Yeah.
minutes plus the normal casting time, and it has
Yeah.
to be something that can be ritually cast. It should have an R next to it.
Yeah, and identify is a ritual spell. That's
Yes.
why I tend to keep it prepared.
I
Yeah.
need
Um,
spell slots to do
I'm
it.
I'm not seeing anything about spell slots in the actual rules.
With
s-
ritual casting, it does not use a spell slot. It does not
Yeah.
prepared, is my
Yeah.
understanding.
That's my understanding as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I know that it doesn't. Yeah. You do not extend a spell slot at all.
Yeah, because you're using the ritual in
Yeah.
place of spell casting.
Yeah, there is nothing that I can see about needing to have a spell slot available in order to be able to cast a ritual. So
yeah. Okay, you need to
I'm
have the
gonna
spell
I'm gonna say you
prepared.
can do it.
Okay,
You
you need to
do
have the
need to
spell
have it
prepared, but you
prepared?
don't need the slot says striker.
Yeah.
But he does have it prepared. I keep identify prepared for this
Yeah.
very reason.
Oh.
Cool. In that case, I think he is probably I'm debating whether I want him to have a conversation or whether I want to have him cast like identify on this little cat skull.
Hmm.
Pardon?
You do both.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna be identifying this cat skull, I think, when we come back to him.
Identifying the cat skull.
Yes.
I would like you to make a wisdom save.
You told me it was a bad idea.
Yeah, but he's just trying to figure out what it is. It's an 11.
For a moment, the entire room seems to tilt and shift as though the reality of the concept of a floor no longer exists for you, and gravity is just a force that has no meaning. Your magic brushes against this, and for a split second, and that's all it is just a split second, you can see the strands of matter and time pulling apart. Everything absolutely imbued with the weave and the energy of the universe. And then you're upright again, standing in a hotel room, holding a small gold cat skull, and your friend is dead.
He's gonna put that back down, I think.
Oh my god! Did you really have to add the friend instead
Oh
on
my
that?
god.
Yeah. I think to himself he kind of mutters like, and I called Zanthe. Like
Yeah.
he will be keeping that. And I think the other thing he wants to do is sit down and have a conversation with a couple of rocks.
As you sit down,
Mm-hmm.
you feel as though the bed dips beside you,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear a voice just say, that wasn't the best idea. And you know that voice. You've known that voice for 10 years. It was Belial's voice. And that's where we're leaving the session.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Thank you all for playing, and thank you all at home for watching. I hope you guys had fun. This has been Hellions of Carnocht. We will see you guys next Monday. Yeah. Yeah. See you guys next Monday. Uh, same bat time,
No.
same bat channel. If you would like to discuss what's happened in this episode, feel free to join our Discord community. It's a pretty good place. We have a fan art board, and it's good. There is currently a canning Xanth on the fan art board.
I know.
Absolutely
Very
is.
good.
God.
And I would like
Okay.
to thank our patrons who have contributed to making this show a possibility. We love and adore you, and thank you so much. If you have liked what you have watched tonight, and are thinking about supporting us in any way, you can subscribe to the Twitch channel and get some sick emotes. Or you can check out our Patreon, where we offer a multitude of rewards, including but not limited to homebrew content, a spice rack, scenes that do not happen on camera that are written out because we are all just fanfic trash.
It's true.
It's very, very true. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and see you next week. Keep on rolling.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.